There comes a time in life when silence becomes your greatest shield, and privacy becomes your only form of peace. I used to be an open book. I believed that vulnerability was strength, and that sharing everything was a sign of trust. I thought that loyalty would be returned just because I offered it. I thought that when I spoke about my dreams, my goals, my struggles, those listening would feel proud, would cheer for me, would carry a piece of that journey with grace and care. But I was wrong. It's not always your enemies you have to worry about. It's the ones closest to you. The ones who clap the quietest when you succeed. The ones who look into your eyes and smile, but in their hearts, they hope you fall. The ones who ask you personal questions not to help you, but to collect ammunition. The ones who pretend to be proud, but keep score every time you rise above where they left you. Before we go any further, I want to pause and say, if you're connecting with this message, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need this reminder. This space is for people like you, growing, evolving, and learning the quiet power of boundaries, and we're here to keep you grounded and supported. Now let's get into it. I learned, the hard way, that some people only keep you close to observe you, not to support you. They watch your every move, not with love, but with silent envy. They ask questions that sound kind, but they're fishing for weakness, looking for proof that you're not as together as you seem. They listen not to understand, but to retell. In their version of your story, you're not the hero, you're the villain, or worse, a warning. And when you succeed, they barely speak. They look for something to criticize. They find a way to minimize your joy. And they never, ever celebrate you louder than they celebrate themselves. It's subtle, but it's real. That's when I changed. I got quiet. I stopped over-explaining myself. I stopped inviting people into every detail of my healing, my hustle, or my heartbreak. I stopped thinking that just because someone was family, or old friend, or close, they deserved to know everything. They don't. These days I don't post everything, I don't share everything, I don't announce every milestone. Not because I'm hiding, but because I'm protecting. Because privacy is power, and peace is sacred. Let me explain something that might shift how you view your life moving forward. Not everyone clapping is clapping for you. Some are clapping because they think it makes them look good. Some are clapping out of obligation, and some are clapping only because they think your success is temporary. You'll know who they are by how they speak about others when they're not around. You'll know them by how uncomfortable they get when you're doing well. You'll know them when you start to reduce your access to them, and they start to act like they're entitled to your private life. But the truth is, you don't owe anyone that access. You don't owe anyone your process. You don't owe them your vulnerability. You don't owe them your explanation, your timeline, or your next move. We live in a world that tells us, share more, show more, be transparent. But not all transparency leads to connection. Sometimes it leads to exposure. And exposure, without discernment, can be dangerous. If this message is making you reflect, just take a second now and subscribe to this channel. We're building a quiet, strong, and authentic community. One that honors wisdom, values peace, and understands that real power doesn't shout, it moves in silence. You see, when your life is too public, it's too vulnerable to sabotage. When too many people know your plans, your pain, your process, someone somewhere will try to interfere with it, interpret it wrong, or weaponize it against you. That's not paranoia. That's life. Sometimes the people closest to you will turn your softness into their strategy. They'll use what you've shared in confidence as content for gossip. They'll smile at your wins, then go quiet in rooms you're not in. They'll hope you fail, not because they hate you, but because your success reminds them that they stopped trying. So what do? You get quiet. You build in silence. You trust in whispers, not declarations. You stop giving front-row seats to people who only came to critique. You understand that loyalty is proven, not proclaimed. That support is shown, not spoken. And that peace isn't passive, it's a boundary you enforce with your voice, your silence, and your distance. Let's be real. Sometimes solitude is survival. You don't isolate out of bitterness. You isolate out of wisdom. Not everyone deserves to know you deeply. Not everyone is equipped to handle your growth. Not everyone clapping is cheering. And not everyone smiling is safe. Your healing is not a public event. Your progress is not a shared document. And your next move is not a group project. So protect your vision, guard your mind, keep your peace sacred. If someone loves you, they'll respect your silence. If they trust you, they won't need constant updates to believe in you. And if they belong in your future, they won't be threatened by your boundaries. So here's your reminder. Privacy is peace. Silence is strength. Solitude is strategy. You're not being distant, you're being wise. You're not cold, you're careful. You're not antisocial, you're intentional. And you're not hiding, you're healing. So the next time someone wonders why you're not as open as you used to be, you just smile and say, I learned it's not my enemies I have to worry about. It's the ones who clap the quietest, the ones who ask the most questions, the ones who say the least when I win. That's why I move in silence, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. If this message touched your heart or helped you reclaim your peace, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with someone who might need this message today. We're not just here to talk, we're here to support your evolution, one truth at a time, one boundary at a time, one quiet decision at a time. You've got this, and you're not alone. Thank you for listening.